Good evening, everyone. I think everyone is can hear me. Okay. If any issues, let me know. Good evening, guys. Good evening, guys. Hello.
Good.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, we are facing some issues here. Now we are all set. If you are everyone can hear me. If you are can hear me, just go with the comments. Okay, you are getting heard. Okay. Now myself Chaitanya. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys. I was able to see your comments that the voice is clear. Okay.
You continue. No need to ask any question. Continue your flow.
Okay.
Okay. So the guys, those who are switching on the video, you please keep away from him, so that you will be concentrating on that video. There will be delay, then it won't come.
Yeah.
You continue, sir.
Okay,
Don't
sir.
even ask any question to anyone.
Okay.
Your flow, you have to continue.
Okay, because this much time they are not able to hear, so now it is fine.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Mohan sir is not available due to his delivery of a project. He's running with schedules, so he's not available. So I came into the picture. From here on, we both is going to take these projects moving forward. We both are going to come when I am going to be the busy, he is going to comes into the picture. When he is busy, I gonna comes into the picture. But we are not we are we'll make sure we'll give you the best content. Okay. I think yesterday Mohan sir has yesterday and day before yesterday he has talked about what are all the basics of HTML and what is tags, elements, these sort of things. Okay. And also I gonna go back and I gonna again we'll try to reshuffle it, and we'll try to again restudy it. I'll just give you the brief. Okay, Mohan sir has already given, but again for your further references I gonna give it again. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just open a small PPT, so that in the meanwhile everyone join. It is going to be a revision session. Okay, in that meanwhile you can you can revise. It is going to be a revision. Okay, firstly if you try to check, we already you guys already know HTML. What is HTML? It is going to be hypertext markup language. Okay, what is this going to do? Okay, it is going to see what is this HTML sort of thing. Okay, if you try to check, it is going to all the things which you already seen. It is going to, it stands for hypertext markup language. With HTML we can create websites, web pages. Everyone will be into telling different set of things. Okay, and when it comes to HTML, it is not going to be a programming language. It is a markup language where we can create a basic structure of our HTML page, web page, structure of a web page. Okay, this if you try to check, a markup language is a set of markup tags. You guys already know about what is tags, elements, attributes. See, we can say the building blocks of HTML is tags, elements, and attributes. These three are the building blocks of the this is also going to be an interview question. Okay, they're gonna ask you what are all the building blocks of HTML. Then you will be tags, elements, and attributes. Okay, if you understand this one, okay, HTML is completely runs on these things, tags, elements, and attributes. Now if you go to the next slide, see, this is a thing that our web page is the structure. HTML is going to if you compare it with our the things to our body, HTML is going to be the skeleton. Okay, and when it comes to CSS, okay, what it is going to be, the css is going to be like the color and the skin we have, like the shirt we wear. I think you all can see the screen. Okay, the skin, the shirt we wear, the shoes, everything, the watch, the makeup, everything, it is going to the beautification of the web page. We call it as css stands for cascading style sheets. Okay, see, the both things. Now we both are talking about like HTML and CSS. When it comes to JavaScript, I was just we are not doing any JavaScript here, but to your brief explanation, okay, I'm gonna give what is this JavaScript going to do. When it comes to HTML, it is a skeleton. CSS is for beautification. When it comes to this JavaScript, it is going to be like the action, the whatever you walk, you write, you think, you jump, you eat, these are all can be done using JavaScript. Okay, now if you try to check the history of HTML, it is HTML 1.0. we have like this set of versions. Okay, HTML 1, 2, 3, 4, DHTML, XHTML, HTML 5.0. okay, this is like the versions. Okay, HTML versions is nothing but, see, they are going to add the features. Okay, the HTML5 is the latest version and they have its features. When it comes to versions is nothing but, in mobiles also we will be getting the versions. What will be the versions? They are like adding new features to it. Okay, in the same way for HTML also we have versions. Okay, now if you try to check what are all the building blocks of HTML. Okay, the building blocks of HTML are tags, elements and attributes. Okay, what is a tag? I think you already know, like just I'm gonna give you the brief. Okay,
You want to inform that if you have any comments, means just ping it to on the
okay, and also when it comes to tags, what is a tag? Which is going to be like you already opening tags and closing tags. We have two set of tags, opening and as well as closing tags. Okay, how it is, the syntax is here. You can see the syntax here, the less than arrow mark and followed by the greater than arrow mark. You can see it. Okay, see, now this we call it as the only this p section we call it as a tag, opening tag. Okay, start, and also we call it as start tag. Okay, this we call it as the closing tag or the end tag. Okay, the all together of the opening tag as well as the closing tag with the content inside it, we call it as HTML element. Simple. Tag is nothing but, individually if you are going to talk, then it is going to be like a tag, start tag or end tag, the all together with the start and the end. Okay, with the content inside it, with the start tag as well as the end tag with the content inside it, the whole all together we call it as an element. See, the opening tag as well as the closing tag with the content inside it, we call the complete thing, we call it as an element. Okay, what are all the type of elements we have? Okay, we have two set of elements. It is going to be like inline as well as block level elements. Okay, what is inline element? Inline element is nothing but, okay, whatever the portion of space is required to it, it is going to take only that particular set of portion. Okay, that we call it as inline element. When it comes to block level element, it is going to load, it is going to occupy the complete line, complete row. Okay, we call that as block level element. You can see the example here. Okay, inline and block level. See, if you try to check the differences here, the block level element, see, the space required for this content is, this is a paragraph is the content. Okay, the space required is from here to here. This space is like empty, but when it comes to block level elements, it is going to completely occupy the space. Okay, whatever, if we the space is left also, it is going to completely occupy the row. Okay, this we call it as, that's why we call it as block level elements. Okay, these are the examples you can see. Okay, it is not, and also if you try to understand, block level is like always starts with a new line. Okay, it will not allow other element to sit next to it, and also it is going to completely start with a new line. Okay, now when it comes to links, inline element is like, see, whatever the space required to me, that is enough to me. Okay, it tells the next element, please come and sit next to me. Okay, that is like inline. Okay, see, if you try to see, the space required for this content is only this much. So it is allowing other elements, these are all other elements which is allowing to sit next to it, that we call it as inline element. Okay, and if you try to see what are all like important tags here. Okay, we have like heading tag, HTML tags, important HTML tags are okay. We have HTML tags here. What are all the HTML tags here? In the sense, we have heading tag, paragraph tag, I think we already gone through it, list tag, anchor tag, table tag, image tags. Okay, so these are all the important tags. So, and today we are going to type, yesterday I think Mohan sir has discussed about up to table tags. Today we are going to discuss about form tags. Okay, what is this form, how this is going to help. Okay, what are all the things we need, we require. Okay, why we need these forms basically. Okay, everything can be like I'll try to like, we'll go like step by step, and I'll try to explain you the better way, in detailed, line to line, part to part. Okay, now I'll be like explaining you all the things. Okay, I'll go to my editor. Okay, I gonna create a new file here. Okay, I gonna close everything. I think yesterday Mohan sir has explained all these things. Okay, now I gonna take this in a new file. Okay, he has taken in demo. Okay, here file, new file. I gonna create a new file here. Okay, inside this I gonna like write the syntax. Okay, now if you try to check what are all the syntax we have. Doc type, I think you already aware of this doc type. What is this doc type is going to do? It tells the browser which version of HTML we are going to use. Okay, HTML. Okay, previously when it comes to this doc type, there is like a huge 2 lines of thing. Okay, now they have like customized it and they have taken in it into a small thing, small portion of thing. Okay, previously it is like going to be like a huge 2 lines of things for telling the browser what version we are using. Okay, now it is not the case. When it comes to here, it is like a small doc type. Okay, now if you try to see the syntax HTML, see, I gonna just write the syntax. Okay, I think you are already aware of the basic syntaxes. No need to explain it again. Head, what is this head tag is going to contain? In the sense, it is going to contain all the meta information. Okay, here I gonna write add title tag, title, title. Okay, when it comes to title, I gonna like add it as forms, FORMS, forms. Okay, now we are into body. Now we're gonna talk about body. BODY, body. Inside this body, whatever the content which you need to check in your web page, all the things you gonna like write it in this body. Okay, if you want to check something in the browser, you are going to write it here. Understood? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this file. Oh, here I'm gonna name it as forms.html. okay, the extension should always be HTML because the browser is going to understand only .html extension pages. Okay, now whatever we see here inside the body tag, it is going to executed in the output. Okay, when it comes to I'm gonna like take some h2 tag. Okay, it's already closed. Okay, I'm gonna welcome to AchieversIT. AchieversIT. Now I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna add one more tag, h2 tag. Oh, it's closing. Inside this, I'm gonna add some content to it. Forms. Okay, because we are talking about forms here, so I have given the forms here, so I'm gonna execute this now. How to execute? Okay, right click. You can like execute in different ways. Okay, copy file path. Okay, copy file path. Now you can go back to your browser and you can paste it here. Okay, if you hit enter, it is going to show you the output here. Understood? Now we are going to like entering into forms. What are all the forms? Firstly, we'll try to understand why we need forms. Okay, when we like where and all we'll be using forms. See, we'll be like using regularly. We'll be wherever we go, it is going to like completely with forms. Okay, if you open Flipkart, it gives a form. It is going to be like wherever you go, it follows the same agenda. Okay, whatever the site you open, the pop-up comes, please fill the form. Okay, it is going to give the form. Why we need this sort of form? See, when it comes to forms, it is going to collect the information from the user. That is why we need the forms. See, if you try to check, I'm gonna write it here. I'm gonna add some content here. Okay, see, and I gonna like you and also you guys need to be like familiar with this comments. What is this comments? In the sense, comments which the browser is not going to execute. It is not going, the browser is not going to read these comments. It is going to ignore the comments. Okay, comments is like a dummy which the browser is going to ignore. Okay, if you don't want to show this in the page, it is going to, then you can use this comments. It is going to avoid it. Okay, now this is the syntax for comments. Whatever you are going to write inside this, it is going to ignore. The browser is going to ignore this. See here, the browser is no, you cannot see whatever, like I'm gonna write some comments. I just gonna write like forms. I have written forms here. Now I'm gonna save this, and if you try to check, you cannot see any forms here. Okay, everything like is interconnected here. See, if you try to check title, what is this title is going to do? It is going to show. See, I have written forms here. It is going to be, it is the name of this particular page document. Okay, what this particular document, see, whatever you write inside this title tag, it is going to display here. Okay, forms. You can like add something here. Control S. If you try to reload it, see, it is added here. Okay, understood? Now we have like h2 form, or like we'll try to like talk about like forms here. Forms. Now what is this forms? Is to collect the information from the users. Why we need this information? Okay, wherever we go, these forms will be there. Like if you go to the bank, if you go to like wherever the offices, they are going to give you a form. If you want to withdraw an amount, you are going to you will be getting a form there, right? In this same way, when it comes to here in websites, why these people are using these forms? To get their data. Why they are getting their data? To use in their further to use in the future, to use that data in the future. Okay, and also it is not like everything is going to be like unique. See, whenever like I'll try to explain you that as well. Like first we'll try to like see what are all the form attributes we have. First we'll try to like sort like a small set of theory things. Then once it is done, we'll go into like jump into practical. Then we'll get comfortable there. We'll like make our hands dirty writing our code. Okay, form attributes. What are all the form attributes we'll have? Okay, I think you're already aware of what are the attributes in the sense, whatever comes inside the opening tag is, we call it as an attribute. Okay, method. Okay, method is one of the attribute. Okay, what are all we have inside it? Get or post. Okay, next we have action, ACTION. This is one of the method as well. Action, what are all we have inside? Server side URL. We have server side URL here, and next what we have? ENC type. ENC type. What is this ENC type is going to do? I will like discuss each and everything. Okay, it is going to be like multi part or form data. Okay, now that is like the most important form attributes. Next, what are all we have? We'll try to check like form elements, and also we have like when it comes to form attributes, we have few more like which is like released in HTML5, the latest version. Okay, no validate. Okay, this is one of the attribute. This has released in HTML5. The next one is and also we have autocomplete. Autocomplete, it is going to be like HTML. This is also the same thing. It has released in HTML5. Okay, now what are all the form elements we have? If you try to check what are all the form elements we have. Form elements. See, when it comes to what are all the form elements we have here, input elements. See, don't worry, like each and everything like will be seeing you. I'll be explaining you in detail. Input elements, and what are all the input elements inside this? We have text, we have password, and we have hidden, and we have file, we have radio. They are like, these are all the input fields. See, these are all going to be like very interesting. Okay, you like enjoy it. Check out checkbox. Okay, and also we have drop downs here. If you try to check what are all the drop down things we have. Okay, we have downs, we have select, SELECT. Okay, these are like inside this select we have options. Okay, inside this we have options. Okay, for now, like now what we're gonna do is like we're gonna like check it, what are all like how this is going to help and these sort of things. Okay, and that's it. Input fields, text, password, hidden, file, radio, checkbox, and we have like submit as well. Submit, 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 as well as we have like a reset. These are all the interesting things. Okay, each and everything will have a unique feature. We'll go into it and we'll try to talk about it. Okay, and also we have button type is equals to submit. Okay, that is fine. Now we'll go into it. We'll start writing our forms. Okay, firstly how to create a form. Okay, just I gonna create a input input. Okay, this is this we have like a self-enclosing tags. I think you guys already aware of self-enclosing tags. Self-enclosing tags is nothing but which is not going to have a closing tag. Okay, we are going to close that particular tag before XHTML. Okay, what the thing is, if you are not going to close that particular tag, okay, it is going to the browser is not going to show you any error or any sort of thing. But after DHTML, what they have this W3C people has done is they have forwarded some standards. Okay, they have set some standards. Okay, so that they have make sure like we need to close this particular self-enclosing tag as well. Okay, how we are going to close in the sense we are going to close using this way. Okay, this input is a self-enclosing tag, and the few examples for self-enclosing tags are we have image, we have BR, HR, this sort of things. Now when it comes to input, now I'm gonna save this file. And also why we need to particularly close this self-enclosing tag, in the sense it is not going to show you any error in your page. See, if you are going to reload your page, okay, you need to pass the type is equals to text, type is equals to text. I'm gonna save this. If you try to reload the page, see, you can see an input box here. Okay, now how this is going to happen is, okay, now why we need to close this input tags, I mean whatever the self-enclosing tags. If you are not going to close, it is not going to show any error, but what the thing is going to happen is, it is going to show an impact on your page performance. Okay, if you are not going to close this, the browser the browser will comes to know that the SEO purpose. Okay, what is SEO and search engine optimization? What is this search engine optimization? In the sense, this Google, how this Google search is going to work. Okay, that is like not related to our front-end developers. Okay, it is going to taken care by the digital marketing people. Okay, but the thing is, we need to follow the standards. Okay, if you are not going to close this particular closing tag, the Google will comes to a conclusion that these people are not managing properly. Okay, then it is going to impact on your page. It is going to kick your page downwards. Okay, whenever we search something, our page should be on the top first page, right? If you are making this sort of, if you are not following these standards, what this Google is going to do is, these people are not active, as well as they are not maintaining certain standards. So I'm gonna kick this down. So it is going to kick our page down. If that is happens, it is going to impact on our business. Okay, so we should be like follow all the coding standards, W3 org, so that small things matters a lot. Okay, that is like where our uniqueness comes into picture. Like if you are going to follow this, it is going to keep our websites on the top. Okay, now when it comes to SEO, people is going to take care of all those things. They're gonna guide you, like tell you what are all the things to be done. Okay, now we no need to worry about it. But when it comes to development, we need to like completely follow the standards. Okay, now what here is done is, I have just given an input. Okay, it is going to create an input box. Type I have given text, so that you can see an input box here. Okay, if I click on it, you can like enter all whatever the text that is going to, you can enter all the text here. Fine, see, you can enter all the text here. See, this is like what the input box you will be getting in your forms, right? Now what the thing is, like I have like, I'm gonna create one more input box. See, I'm gonna copy this. See, whenever there is an option of copy paste, you just like utilize it. Like we need to thank people who has invented this copy and paste, because it is making, they are making like our things easy. See, I'm gonna like say this. See, whenever you have an option, like why we need to write it again, that is where like in software, that is the main thing. Control S, Control save, and I'm gonna reload it. See, I have two input box side by side. Now input is going to be like which one, like you it is going to be either in block layer or inline element. Okay, obviously it is going to be inline, because it is allowing other element sit next to it. But we have our fields. I don't know, but I don't know like what to enter in my first field as well as second field. So that what we are going to do, there is an tag called as label. Okay, what is this label is going to do is, okay, label. Oh, it's already closed. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna pass this as first name. Now I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna come back and reload this. Okay, just wait a second. Label, control, have I saved this? No, what the thing is, I haven't saved this, so it is not reflecting. Now if you try to check, I have a name for my input field. Okay, using how is this happen? Using the tag label. Okay, again for my second tag, for second tab also, for my second input box also, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna paste it here. Fine, this is going to be like simply copy paste first name and second name, and I'm gonna name it this as like last name, LASTNAME. okay, it's Control S. Now if you try to check, now I'll comes to know what is like in first name and what is there in my last name. Okay, here I'll know, okay, I need to enter my last name here. Here I'll like enter my first name. Now this is like what is the type. We have already checked, like talked about, these are all the types, input type elements, these are all the types. Okay, what now we have used like text. What is this text going to do? It allows us to add the text inside it. Okay, whatever it is going to be, it allows all the text inside it. Fine. Next, now I gonna like check about like a number. There is also type as number, NUMBR. Okay, what is this type number is going to do? See, I gonna just copy this, both the things, and I gonna hit enter, and I gonna paste it here. Inside this I gonna like add for my number, contact number. Okay, we need like mobile number. Okay, now I just gonna change its type. I have already given type is equals to text. I just gonna replace with number. Okay, what is this number is going to do is type is equals to, it gives I think for this input box. See, I'll try to enter a text here, but I cannot enter any sort of text here. But when it comes to number, I can enter number here. Okay, I can enter all the numbers here. Okay, this is for specifically mentioning, okay, what is the like point of entering text inside this number. If you have contact number, obviously we are going to add numbers, so we are going to add this as number. Understood? Now we have like done with this number. Simple. See, these are all the small things, okay, which is going to have a things when you'll be like knowing, like you'll be seeing like day to day, you'll be filling some set of forms. Okay, but behind the scenes what is happening? Okay, this is what happening behind the scenes. Okay, now what is this password? What is this type going to be like password? Okay, now again I'm gonna copy this. Okay, and I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, now I'm gonna give this an email or password. Email, I'm gonna give this email, so that type is equals to text. Let the text be for email, and again I'm gonna paste it. I'm gonna make this as password. Okay, I have made this password. I'm gonna save this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this type to password. See, I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna reload. I have a few fields added here. Okay, I have like a password as well as, okay, we have like a password, email, and as well as password. Okay, what this is going to do, like if you can enter all your email ID here, AchieversIT @gmail.com. Okay, next password. When it comes to password, see, I was entering some password here, but are you able to see this? No, because password, like when it comes to this is not a sensitive information. First name is not a sensitive information. When it comes to last name, it is not also a sensitive information. Number is not also a sensitive information. When it comes to email, it is okay, fine. When it comes to password, it is going to be like a sensitive information. Okay, if you are like showing this by default, then there is a chances of getting your whatever the account, think that your social media like account like Facebook, someone, your friends, like when you are entering your password, it is visible. When you are entering, your friends is able to see your password. Okay, in that case they're gonna like misuse it. So they'll be like, they can do all sort of pranks. They're gonna like message to some other girls or boys, okay, from your account for like there are many chances of doing it, like our unknown person. when you are entering, they have seen you. Okay, if they have seen you, that is not the case, right? So in that, for that set of sort of areas, we are going to use this password. Okay, for that areas we will be using this password type. If you are providing this type password, it is going to avoid these sort of things. Okay, we cannot, it is going to be it is not visible. Done. Now the next thing, I think you understood why this password is here. Okay, when it comes to hidden, it is nothing but it is going to hide the content. Now what I'm gonna do is, I just gonna copy it and paste it.
Response, sir. Yeah, we are doing.
Okay.
Queries will come WhatsApp.
Okay. I'm gonna make this type as hidden, HIDDEN. Okay, I'm gonna say this, and if you try to check, if you try to reload, see, I'll use some BR here, so that you can you should not use BR tag, but we are not into entered CSS, so we'll be using this BR. Okay, you should not in real time you should not use BR tags. Okay, Control S and Control R for this also. Let's just for now. Okay, Control Z. Okay, now we have a password. Why copied this password again? Okay, now I'm gonna save this. Now if you try to check, here I'm gonna password, we have hidden, HIDDEN. I'm gonna save it as hidden. Now if you try to reload, hidden, we have the hidden label here, but we cannot see the content here, the input box. We cannot see the input box here. Okay, why we cannot see? Because we have the type, we have passed the type hidden. It is going to hide the input box. Okay, in which areas we are going to use this type hidden? Think that we have we have some selected drop downs. Okay, when we are into dynamically loading the data, I mean selecting an options, there we are going to make this type hidden. Okay, when you have selected options, if we have some we need to select all the cities inside India. From first, how we are going to select? We're gonna select our country. Drop down, out of all that we have we'll be selecting the India first. Then out of this, again we are going to select the sub properties. What are all the sub properties we have? We have all the states. Okay, either it is going to be Karnataka, Andhra, or Tamil Nadu, all sort of UP, all sort of states. In those areas we are going to use this type hidden. By default it is going to be hidden. Then again it is going to show. Now when it comes to JavaScript sort up to that level, then you'll be understanding it. Okay, now don't worry about it. Okay, now when it comes to file, what is this file is going to do? Control C, and I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, now I'm gonna save this. Now I'm gonna choose file. Okay, now I'm gonna what is the type? File. Okay, I'm gonna use file type of file. Now if you try to see, save it, and I'm gonna reload our page. Okay, what you can see here, see, you have an option of choose file. What is this choose file is going to do is, it is going to give you an option to select. See, if you are uploading for a resume, if you are applying for a job, you need to upload your resume. There you will find this choose file option, right? If it is going to allow you to choose, it gives the option to select from your local. Okay, that is why this is going to be there. Okay, I'm gonna select this, and I'm gonna open it. See, it is selected, the file has been selected, but you cannot submit anywhere here. It is just gives you to select, that's it. Okay, Now next we have radio type. Okay, now I gonna copy it, Control C, and I gonna paste it. Okay, here I gonna make it as gender. Okay, now I gonna say this. Now type I gonna give radio, Control S. Okay, when it comes to this, what we are going to do is, okay, what is this radio type is going to do? Now I gonna say this type radio, and I gonna name this as name is equals to male. I'm gonna give this as gender. Okay, now I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna add this an option of male. What the output should be? Male. I'm gonna say this. Now if you try to reload the page, okay, you can see the gender label here. Okay, gender of label, and the input type is, it is going to, I have given type radio, so that it is going to give you an option of to select which one, male. So we have given male here. Okay, now again I'm gonna just copy this, and I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, gender, the same thing, I'm gonna change this to female. Okay, now I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna reload this page. See, now you have like male and female. See, and also when it comes to radio button, we have like this name. Okay, when it comes to name, okay, I'm gonna like explain this attribute why we need this name. If you try to check here, now if you try to check, I need to either of the thing we need to select, right? But we cannot select, we should not select like both the options. But if you try to check here, it is allowing us to select the both the items. Okay, it is allowing us to select both the items. It should not be the case, right? So what I'm gonna do is, this name comes into picture. Okay, name is equals to gender. Okay, if you pass this name, okay, gender, okay, whatever you pass here, the name, the both the name should be same, then only it is going to allow, it will not allow both the things to select. Okay, it will not allow both the things, either any of one. Okay, it gives the option. See, for that we are going to pass this name, and this, if you have given gender, the same name should be there for both the things. Okay, then it is going to select any one of it. Understood? Control reload. Now we can select either of one. Now the next type, we'll go with the next type. We'll like checkbox. What is this checkbox? We can see like in the end, it is like for like I just gonna tell you, Control C, Control V. Okay, type is equals to checkbox. What is this checkbox is going to do is, it is like in the end we are going to like, where is this female? Okay, we haven't closed it. See, I'm gonna like just enter this here. Input type is equals to, what is the type? Is radio. Sorry, it is going to be checkbox. Checkbox. Okay, now I'm gonna close my input tag. Save, and it is like going to be like in the end we are going to like what do we call it? Terms and conditions. Okay, we can see this terms and conditions where the terms and comes into the picture. There we can see this checkbox. In there, this is what behind the scenes, this is what is going to happen. Okay, the type is checkbox. Now see, there is no complexity in HTML and CSS. It is going to be like, if you are like going to be in, it is like very you are going to enjoy it. Like when you are like in your school days, when we are like in my school days, in a Saturday, we'll be like very interested to go to school in Saturday, because from afternoon we will be having like this drawing classes. So we'll be like very interested to paint that and all sort of things. Okay, for that we because we will be coloring and all. In the same way, this HTML and CSS is going to be like very interesting. Okay, but only see everything is same here, but only the thing is which is going to change is its type. Based on your requirements, the type is going to change. We have done with checkbox as well. Now if you try to like have like what we have, like we also have submit button. We are done with checkbox, and we'll be try to talk about submit button. What is this submit button? Before that submit, we'll try to like talk about this drop downs. Okay, what is this drop down and why we need this, how it is going to come. Okay, and before that we are going to talk about this name attribute. Okay, this name attribute plays very important role in this forms. How? In the sense, I will explain you. Okay, input name is equals to, I gonna give like some name here. You can like give any of the name. I gonna give f name in the sense first name. And when it comes to here, I gonna give a name here is equals to what I gonna give L name in the sense it is going to be last name. Okay, when it comes to here, number name is equals to number, NUMBR. Next, when it comes to here, name is equals to, we have email. Okay, when it comes to password, we have name is equals to, we have password. Okay, now we have like a type is equals to hidden. For this like now it is not required. For choose file, it is going to be like name is equals to, it is going to be like choose file, like just gonna give like file. Okay, now when it comes to radio, name, we have already given its name. Now when it comes to checkbox, we can like use this as well, like you can pass it. Now what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna create now multi level. We have like multi drop downs. Okay, drop down. Inside this we have an attribute called as select. Sorry, the tag select. Okay, this is going to be like nested elements. Okay, inside this nested is nothing but which is going to have inside one element inside another element. Okay, that we call it as nesting elements. Okay, if you try to check what are all the nesting elements here, we have, see, head is a nesting a parent element, and title is a child element. Understood? Because we have title inside head tag, because that we call it as parent and child relationships. We also call it as nested elements. Okay, this is a parent element and title is a what is it? It is a child element. And HTML is also parent element. Inside HTML, what are all the tags we have? We have HTML as well as body. For HTML, head is a child and body is also a child. Okay, HTML is going to be the root element. Okay, now when it comes to this select, we have nested elements. We call it as option. Okay, what is this option is going to do is like we can have all the options here. What are all the options here we have? In the sense, we can have like any option. Choose your city. Like I gonna like Chennai. I gonna copy this and paste it. Multiple options. Okay, now Chennai, Hyderabad, and we have like Mumbai and Karnataka. Okay, now I'm gonna save this and I go back to our page and I'm gonna reload it. See, you can see I'm gonna enter this in label here as well. Control C and Control V. Label of choose your city. Choose your city. Control save. Now I'm gonna reload this. See, here we have choose your city. Now if you try to click on it, we have a drop down here. Either Chennai, Hyderabad, it is going to select Hyderabad. When it comes to Mumbai, it is going to be Mumbai. But by default, if you try to reload, by default we have Chennai selected. That should not be the case, right? So for that case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first field, I'm gonna add one more option. option. For this I gonna add like choose your city, so that no option will be selected here. If you try to reload, see, choose your city, no option can be selected here. Fine, this is how it is going to be like. Now what the thing is, this is like selecting option. Now I gonna save this, and after saving this, what I gonna do is this is like select, control, reload. Now we have one more field called as, now we'll go back and we'll try to talk about submit. What is this submit is going to do, what is this reset is going to do. Okay, there are few more input elements, but out of which these are all the like we will be like using regularly. The rest of the things will not like use it. Okay, now if you try to check, we have we are talking about submit. You can create this in like multiple ways. Input, close it, type is equals to, I'm gonna give submit. Okay, type I have given submit. Now what will be the output here? Now I'm gonna pass the value here as well. Value value is equals to, I'm gonna be like submit. Control S and reload the page. See what exactly here happening is, it is going to create a button, okay, called as submit. We haven't used any button tag here, but we have given using this input field only. By default, if you pass submit, it is going to create a button, okay, by default. Okay, when it comes to value, whatever you pass inside this, it is going to be the content here, okay, here inside this submit. Okay, you can like I can add like something here, like click here or submit button or anything. You can be here submit or click here, click here. Now if you try to reload, see, it is going to change the value here. Click here, like we'll just make this as submit. Okay, now I'm gonna save this file and reload submit. Now what it is happening now, this is what this submit is going to do. Now when it comes to one more thing, we have reset input. Okay, a type is equals to reset. What is this reset is going to do in the sense, whatever we enter here, now I'm gonna reload the page, we have like reset button here. I'm gonna enter all the fields here, okay, any content, okay, anything. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on reset, okay, because it is not happening, because I'm gonna like you can like you use in different ways. I'm gonna create a button here, button type is equals to submit. Button is like going to be a closed tag, okay. Now button, it's already closed, so I'm gonna save this and reload it. Here I'm gonna add it to submit. Okay, now what exactly here is happening, it is going to submit the, I have created, instead of we can like use both the ways. We can like use input for creating a button, as well as we can use this button tag. Okay, now I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna reload it. I'm gonna enter something here, okay, submit. Okay, when it comes to submit, reset, wait, just give me a second. Input type is equals to submit. Okay, what this is submit is, I mean reset is going to do is, what this reset is going to do is, it is going to reset whatever all the fields we have here. Okay, okay, it is going to give you it is going to erase all whatever the data which we are going to enter here. Okay, whatever the data, AchieversIT, ACHIEVERS, Achievers, okay, okay, AchieversIT@gmail.com. okay, now if you try like some password and choose file, everything, okay. Now you are going to submit the form. Okay, and if you try to check here, value is equals to, we're gonna pass like value also here, value for submit as well, for this reset. Okay, now I'm gonna save this. Okay, now if you try to check, I'm gonna reload it. I have passed something. Okay, because why it is not submitting, I mean resetting, in the sense we haven't passed form. Okay, we haven't like used form at all. Okay, that is the issue. Okay, what happening exactly here is we haven't used any form here. Okay, when it comes to when we are creating some form, the first thing we need to do is the first tag is going to be form. Okay, this is why it is not reflecting here. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is, okay, I'm gonna close my form tag at the end, form. Okay, now I'm gonna save this. Okay, the first tag is to be, when you are creating any form, it should be like form tag. Inside this form tag we are going to write all these tags. Okay, now I'm gonna save this and reload it. Now I'm gonna add some data here. I'm gonna add my name. Okay, yeah, it's like something, number, anything, email @gmail.com, and password is going to be like any password. Now choose any file, like let it be. Okay, I'm not going to select anything. Okay, now I'm gonna reset it. See, soon after I click on reset, what is happening? It is going to clear all the data inside my form. Okay, how this is going to happen is using this reset button here, using this reset button. Okay, now when it comes to submit, see, there are like a lot of things behind the scenes which we need to like take care of it. Okay, what are all the things? Now I'll try to explain what are all the things to be taken care, and behind the scenes what is happening, okay, while submitting and all sort of things. Okay, now I'm gonna like reload it. See, I'll enter some content here. Okay, now again Chaitanya. I'm gonna like add some mail. Okay, I'm gonna add some password. Okay, anything, and choose file. Okay, now it's not required. Now I'm gonna use my submit button. See, I'm gonna click on submit button. See, now you can like understand what is happening here. Okay, can anyone tell what the thing is, like why I said this name is going to be very important, this name attribute. Okay, why this name attribute is going to be very important? Because if you try to check here in this URL, okay, soon after I submit this form, what it is going to happen is, in this form it is going to submit your form. Okay, it is not going to submit anywhere, but it because we are not passing anywhere, so but it is going to submit in this way. Okay, if you try to check what I have entered in my first name, I have entered Chaitanya. In my last name we have entered, I haven't entered anything. In email I have entered something. Okay, when it comes to password, if this is the way, it is going to be okay. If someone sees my name, it is going okay, it's okay, let them see. But when it comes to password, see, this is what I have entered my password. See, but here I cannot see any password here. But when I was on click on submit, I can see my password here. But then what is the point of like using this, right? Okay, in that areas, what we are going to do is, we are going to we should not, this should not be the case, right? So this is where like hackers comes into picture, and they're gonna like do all sort of things. Okay, if you are like if your secure data is public, then that's an advantage for them. Okay, in that cases, the form validations comes into picture. What is this form validations and why we need this? Okay, because see, now we are like just creating a form. We are studying, like knowing how to create a form, like that's it. Don't worry about this validations and all. When it comes to validations, this all comes into JavaScript. Okay, why we need this validation and also the important thing for validation is, when without validation, if you are going to submit our form, there will be like a lot of junk data is going to comes into your database, because see, you want to know what is inside that page content. They'll ask, if you want to know what is inside, you please fill this form. Then what we are going to do, if there is no form validation, we'll be entering some dummy data, dummy email, dummy phone number, and we'll submit it. It is going to submit inside our page. And what it is going to happen is, it is like no, it is not the proper way of doing it, right? But when it comes to form validation, we need to validate if a proper name or like minimum character should be there. And when it comes to a phone number, it should have some 10 characters, 10 digits. When it comes to password, it should have some set of rules. When it comes to email, it should be a valid email, which is contains @ and after that we need to have a dot. Okay, this all comes under validations. Okay,
Sound.
Okay. That is what like happening. Now what the thing is, on that is where this form validation comes into picture. Okay, I think you guys are facing some UPS sound. I just gonna check this. Give me a second. Yeah, I think now you are fine. Okay, sorry for the disturbances. Okay, now what we are going to do is, now we are talking about validations. Okay, when it comes to validations, we need to when it validations and all, this is going to come in the JavaScript. Don't worry, as of now you just try to learn about like how to create a form, how to create all the form, and what are all the ways we can create. Okay, when it comes to JavaScript, we'll try to talk about form validations. Now it's not like mandatory thing. Okay, now we are talking about like validation. Now what are all the things we need to talk about in here. Okay, if you try to check, okay, and here we talked about like here when it comes to form attributes, we have like method, action, and enc type. What is this going to do? Okay, inside this, and also we have no validate as well as auto complete, and also there are a few more attributes called as placeholder is equals to, you can whatever we are going to write inside it, enter your first name. Okay, now I gonna save this. Okay, if you try to reload, see, you can see enter your first name here. Okay, if I click on it, soon after I enter some characters, it is going to disappear. By default it is going to be there, enter your first name. For all the fields you can use this. Okay, placeholder, that we call it as placeholder, PLACE, placeholder, HOLDER is equals to, I gonna like add some last name. Okay, now I gonna save this and I gonna reload my page. Here you can see last name. Soon after you enter something, it is going to disappear. Okay, and also we have attribute called as value. Okay, if you are going to pass some value, it is going to display that particular value inside it by default. Okay, last name, I gonna like give some default name. Okay, I gonna save this and I gonna reload my page. See, I have already passed my value here. By default it is going to take this value. Okay, if you want to pass some values here, then you can like pass it here. Okay. Now in value here we are not going to use. When it comes to password, email, number, here you can use like number value is equals to, you can like 91. It is going to be like by default, see it is going to be at the beginning it is going to be 91. Then you can enter your mobile number. Okay, for that we are going to use this attribute called as value. When it comes to email, that you can use wherever it is required, you can use it. Okay, now that is like for no validate, for placeholder and value. Now we will try to talk about no validate. Okay, what is this no validate is going to do is I'm gonna pass this attribute here. For password, anywhere you can pass it. For email, I'll make this no validate. This is an attribute. Now I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna reload this. See, I'm gonna submit. I'll try to submit this. Okay, it is not going to submit. No validate is HTML5. Okay, what it is going to do is it is going to like throw you an error. Okay, validate, no validate and validate. Okay, see, now if I try to submit, it is submitting. Okay, now what is this validate and no validate is going to do is when we like validate, it will not allow HTML5 it will not allow the elements to submit without having some data. Okay, that is why this validate is going to happen. Okay, now the next one is autocomplete. Like this and all, like don't worry about all this. When it comes to HTML5, we'll try to like talk about there. Okay, no validate, autocomplete, and what are all the features we have in HTML5, we'll try to like talk there. Okay, now we also have the next one. Now we'll try to talk about form attributes. Okay, what are all the form attributes we have? This, what is this method is going to do? Here this is like form attributes, that we call it as form attributes. The first one is we have like method, method. What is this method is going to do is like by default it is going to be like get method. Okay, what is this get is going to do is we are going to, it is going to get the data from the backend. Okay, it is going to get, if you want to get some data from backend, we are going to use this method get. Okay, but if you want to post, we should always like use post. Okay, post, post, this is a method. Okay, if you want to post something, then we need to like use this method post. And also there are like a few disadvantages when you are going to use get. Okay, we cannot like we can like post data as well when to get using here in method get. Okay, but we cannot pass more than 1 MB of data. Okay, but when it comes to post, we can like there is no limit like to posting the data. We can like pass more than 1 MB. When it comes to get, we cannot post like more than 1 MB. Okay, that are the limits. Okay, and also this post is like more we should like prefer post more than get. By default it is going to be get. If you want to change it, if you want to post something, then we are going to use this post method. Okay, next, and also if you try to check what is we have, like what we have, the next one is action. Okay, what is this action is going to do is action, ACTION, action is equals to, I'm gonna pass this hash. Okay, what is this action and why you have passed hash? Okay, action is nothing but it is going to we are going to pass some URL here, server side URL, where you need to submit your data. Okay, if you have that URL, then we are going to pass it here. Okay, where you need to submit your data, save your data. Okay, that is like that is as a front-end developer.
Zoom the screen.
Okay, now I think you all clear. Okay, now when it comes to this action hash, why I have passed hash? When it comes to a server side URL, you no need to like worry about it. As a front-end developer, you just need to like give action and hash. If you want to submit this your data, then you need to contact with your like backend team. They are going to take care of it. They are going to give you the URL of where to submit. Then you are going to copy paste that URL here. Okay, that's it. then everything is going to take care from there. They're gonna take care. Okay, if you are like why I have passed hash, in the sense if you pass hash, it is going to redirect to the same page. Okay, I gonna like remove all this, and you can like show it where it is going to submit. Okay, now I gonna reload. HTML. Okay, now if I try to submit, see you can see hash here. I'll try to zoom the page. Okay, here like okay, it is not zooming. Okay, here if you try to check in the URL, the hash is added. If you have some URL, it is going to submit, redirect to that page, but here we don't have anything, so it is going to redirect to the same page. Not only here, wherever you are, if you don't know where to submit, there you can use this hash. In a tag also, anchor tag also, you can like, if you don't know where to submit, you can like use this hash. Okay, now what is the next thing we have here? We have encrypted type, enc type. What is this enc type? Is if you wants to if you wants to if you want to select something, okay, or if you wants to select some doc or PDF, anything which is going to be like binary set of things. Okay, we are going to like encrypted type. Here you can pass encrypted type, the same thing. I just gonna copy this. No, it's like I can just gonna write it here. enc type is equals to, I gonna use this multi-part and or form data. Control C. Okay, this is like, these are all the form attributes. These attributes are only used in form tag. Okay, now if you try to check what this enc type is going to do is, whenever we select this data, like some set of PDF files or Word files, what this is going to do is, encrypted type is going to do is, it is not going to like send directly to it. It is going to like make all the content, the data, it is going to make everything to bits and pieces. It makes everything to bits and pieces, and it is going to pass the data from into bits and pieces, and at the end point it is going to again wrap everything together, and it is going to give you the output. Okay, because for our security reasons, this is going to do this encrypted type. It is going to make our data like into bits and pieces. Understood? Now this this thing comes into picture. Okay, this is like all the things like when it comes to basic form to create the form. This is like more than enough to create. If you have this, we'll like, you can like create all sort of forms here. Okay, whatever the form, the only thing which is going to change is, see, every time we are not going to create the same form. Okay, based on the client requirements, okay, we are going to change the forms. Okay, the design, the UI is going to change. Okay, based on the client requirements, that we are going to give the design. The UI is going to change that, but the base thing, how the input, the label, these are all the same things. Understood? Now, and also like when it comes to select, we have like multiple here. We can like here, if you try to check date, if you want to select multiple cities, now what you're gonna do is, we have like type called as multiple, MUL, multiple. Okay, now I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna reload this. Continue. See, previously you cannot like select multiple items here. Okay, if I reload, see, previously like when it comes to normal select option without this multiple, Control S, if you try to reload, see, you can only select any one of these city. But if you want to select multiple cities, then what you are going to do is, you're gonna pass multiple attribute. Okay, what this multiple attribute is going to do is, it allows you to select multiple cities. By clicking on control, you can select multiple cities here. Okay, whatever the city you want, you can like select it. Okay, that is like for in this select, if you want to select multiple things, you're gonna use this multiple. Okay, these are all like the basic things, like all the form things. Okay, if you like, what you guys are going to do is like you try to create some set of forms. Okay, if possible we'll try to like share some form things. Okay, in there now you can do it. Okay, now what you are going to do is like you are going to create this basic form things. Okay, you try to practice this. Okay, we are going to like if possible I'll try to share this as well as. Okay, and now when it comes to you will you somehow you will be having this YouTube references, so you can like create the same file. First you try to explore. When it comes to UI, the only thing you need to do is, if you know something, you need to explore more on it. Okay, you need to like practice multiple things. Okay, you should practice multiple things multiple times. Okay, and also like try to learn. Okay, to certain level, don't like over learn it. Okay, you need to explore, but you don't need to like go deep into it. It is learn, but like don't overlearn. If you are going to like overlearn, it is also going to give you a problem. Okay, so what you guys are going to do is you try to create at least 3 to 4 forms. Okay, you if you go to like Google, if you try to take some any form, like open Facebook form, registration form. Okay, you try to take that fields and try to like create that form. Okay, like basic form, you don't like worry about the rest of things. You try to just create the input fields, that's it, and the button. Okay, close
8:30.
okay. Now if you have any queries, like you can like
After 8:30 queries.
like we can like 8:30 like we can have our queries as well. Okay, we can have all the queries. Okay, and also like this is it when it comes to forms. Okay, now and also we're gonna share the attendance sheet as well. Okay, we'll like our team is going to share the attendance sheet, so please try to explore that. Okay, I think, and also most of the people are from like the studying, or like you people are like most of the people are from pursuing. So make your career like see, use this opportunity, utilize it, and from here only you try to set your path, set your career. If you are when you are coming out of your college, if you are like knowing something, okay, like if you have this stuff, the companies, the chances of getting job is very high. So please try to utilize this opportunity. Okay, day to day we are going to like and the end product, we are going to give you some project. Okay, that is which is going to like a real time, and it is going to help you out. Okay, from tomorrow onwards we are going to like we are going to like follow the same thing. I gonna like teach you like step by step. Okay, step by step we are going to take care. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Like if you have any queries, like and also we're gonna share okay, we're gonna change it. Okay, like we're gonna share this sheet. Can I know? Okay, it's just give me a second, like I'm gonna first.
It's okay. Oh.
Okay, and I was running out of battery.
Oh yeah.
Happening. Okay guys, like we are facing some power issues, like if something is as disconnected, like we'll like catch you up like tomorrow. Okay, we have some power
Today
issues
task.
here. Okay,
Inform me today task.
I'll like share you today's task as well. Okay.
Oh, you give today task.
Okay, yeah, I have already given. Okay, I have already asked you, given you the task. The task is like you need to create at least like 2 or 3 forms, either whatever the form it is going. You can take any form. You like create that, take that fields, and you are going to create that. Okay,
I share the attendance sheet.
and also like our team has shared the attendance sheet as well. Okay, you try to like just complete that attendance. Okay, if the power is not there, like we'll like just connect tomorrow at the same time. Okay.
Please inform. Send all the task output to.
Okay. And also you need to like share your task to your like AchieversIT task@gmail.com. We're gonna drop it in the chat box as well. Okay.
Charging, Not a problem.
Okay, I think the power we have like facing the same power issues. Okay, we'll try to connect at the same time tomorrow. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you all. I think I hope like you had like you have learned something out of this session. Okay.